Hello and welcome to Off the Dome podcast. Today we have Chiquita and Kenny, who are business owners. So Chiquita, tell us about your business and what you do.
Hi, yes, I'm Chiquita, and what we do, we have a business. We sell clothing. Our store is a retail clothing store. Most people want to call it their stores boutiques, but we sell men and women. We are full business. We also have a website, and we also sell on social media, such as Instagram, Facebook, and now my husband is into TikTok, so he has his own little styles of doing
and
things.
Snap.
There he go.
You do the TikTok dances?
Yes.
You into that too? Oh, I have to see that.
Yes.
Now I'm really intrigued.
He does all of the advertising because that's something that I allow him to do because I'm not good at it. So being in business with your husband, you give him what he's good at, and I'm good at talking and selling the merchandise.
All right.
And getting
into that coin.
money.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So today we're going to talk about business, inflation, marketing, and the effects of COVID, because we know that a lot of people were affected by COVID. So the first thing we're going to talk about is owning your own business. So when you were owning your business, did you have any staffing issues?
Of course. Yes, we did. We had staffing issue as far as people showing up, and also with the second one is going to be talking about how they were stealing. So a lot of times when you get employees, in your mind you're looking at teamwork. And a lot of times us being business owner, we prefer to have the team there working, and we be on the backside because a lot of times we don't want them to know who the owner is. That's why it's called a business. I'm a business. I'm trying to open up more businesses. But because of staffing issues, we're forced to be in our stores and to run the business ourselves because of the theft and the people not showing up or being courteous to our customers.
Right.
Our customers make our business, and if you're not treating my customers the way I treat them, they're not going to come back and shop.
Exactly.
They'll to come in, and when I'm not there, they ask for my husband or myself. I can't make coins when I'm not there, and it's unbelievable. So at this point, we decide just not to have employees, and we just work our own business ourselves.
Yeah, it's really hard to find people that are trustworthy that you can, count on to make your business grow. And when there's theft, that's a big deal.
It is, and if they're not given the same type of business energy that you give to your customers, they're not going to spend the money.
Right, because they represent you too.
Yes,
Exactly.
they do.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about business loans and grants. I know a lot of people are always wondering how they can get some assistance when starting off their businesses. So do you guys, or did you guys have any loans or grants or personal loans to help you start your business?
Yes, we attempted to get loans. I remember they had a loan for first time businesses, and for you to qualify for that loan, you had to be in business for like 6 months to a year.
Okay.
When me and my wife went through the whole process, we gave them everything that they asked for, and they told us to come back in a year. So we were like, well, if we need to come back in a year, isn't this business loan only for startup businesses from 6 months to a year? So at that point, we just kind of gave up and we just found our own way.
Okay.
Tell them how we started off financially. $1,500 in our living room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we started off with $1,500 in our living room. At the time, we were renting a house, and the landlord complained because the neighbors was complaining because so many people was coming in and out of our house.
Well, that's a good problem.
They thought we were selling drugs out of our house.
Not that.
So
I can see how that can look like that.
$1,500 because we couldn't get a business loan to start our new business. We started off with, my husband came up with the idea. He said, you know what? I'm just going to do it with our own money. Like, we ain't got no money. That's why we're trying to get a loan. We started going back and forth to different vendors and buying merchandise and reselling it to them and having people come to our home. Eventually, my living room became a boutique. We had clothing racks in our living room, and customers was coming consistently.
Wow.
And it's been over 24 years.
Wow. That's a long time. I'm glad everything worked out with that.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to start it off yourself. You never know.
Period.
Let's talk about inflation. All of us have felt this, and some people are still feeling this in places. The fuel prices, and let's see. Okay. So, inflation, fuel prices, and how we compete.
Well, with that being said, with the fuel prices, we're going to talk about the prices of merchandise, period, and food. Everything that went up because of COVID. They use that for an excuse. Instead of us being in the position where the money is where we could spend and take care of our families, they getting it where you can't take care of your families. And the inflations on the gas, the price of food, rent, property, all that went up so high where it's almost impossible, where people are starting to live with grandma again. Families are moving in with each other just to stay above the water and to take care of their children because of the inflation, and the food prices and the gas prices have gotten up so far. And then with us being business owners, when we go to buy our clothing, our prices have gone up also. It ain't because we're trying to compete with the price of inflation. It's the vendors that we buy our merchandise from. Their prices have went up $2 to $3.
Yeah.
So that make us have to add more money, $10 to our inventory, and people are complaining. But we're doing what we have to do to stay in business, and it's because of this COVID. COVID is trying to destroy the world, I guess. I don't know what to say about it, but I just don't want them to act like they doing in Ukraine, so we could change that one right there.
Yeah, it's amazing how like everything went up. Like a lot of people were trying to buy houses, and it's like almost like we were being taken advantage of, like in the middle of a crisis. And so everybody
you get a
felt that.
notice that says in 30 days you got to pay an extra $50 to $75.
Yeah, all these surprise fees and different rules that changed too.
Yes, so it has affected everyone.
Yeah, and then I guess in your case, when we're talking about your employees, a lot of people did have to reduce employees because of COVID and everything that they had to pay for, on top of paying their employees as well. So did you guys have any problems with like extra help that you had, or maybe?
Well, we stopped dealing with employees a little while ago because we had so many bad experiences with it. You know, we would have people working for us, and it seemed like the employees was our biggest thieves. They would have their friends come in the hours that they're working, and them and their friends would steal our merchandise. So 90% of our staff was coming from the employees, having their friends come in while the hours that they're working.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible, but it's just the truth. So we just decided to just do it ourselves, and we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff happening.
And then when you started to advertise your businesses, did you start off with people that you already know, like your warm market? And did you do any on the ground marketing where you handed out flyers, or maybe did different interviews or whatever just to tell people about your business? Or did you use the internet? What did you guys do for advertising?
Well, I basically, my wife, she did business cards. And what I did is I used internet. I used Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. The reason that I went that route is because with the companies, the marketing was so expensive. So I figured that, you know what, I can do this myself. And that's been working for us. We've got a lot of new customers. We have a lot of people visiting our website on a daily basis. So I'm going to keep doing it this way. I mean, all the companies are encouraging me, well, you need to advertise. It's too expensive. I can't afford that. I can't afford to spend $1,000 a month on advertisement when I've learned that I can do it myself.
Yeah.
It's just, you got to do it.
You have to pick what works for you too.
Exactly.
And if it's working, why change it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when we got started 20-some years ago, TikTok, Snap, and all them wasn't available, so we did use flyers. We would go get printed out maybe 2,000 flyers, and me, my husband, and our 6 kids. I have 4 children, he have 2. So together, our 6 kids, we would go around, we would put our stores name all over to people's doors with a coupon. You get $10 off if you come shop. And we would use flyers. And then after we start using flyers, we used the radio. So we would get certain people that we liked the way they talk and rap. We would get certain rappers that was in our community and say, hey, can you make a rap with our store? And they would put that on the radio, and that would draw people to our store. So before social media, we did use flyers and the radio, and it worked very well for us.
I always think that face-to-face works because people get to get a feel of who you are as a person and your branding as well when you meet them face-to-face, and they're more reluctant to buy. So to me, face-to-face is never dead.
Yes, and it was actually fun. You remember we used to do the flyers
Yeah.
and go door to door and put it on people's doors, and people had dogs and stuff.
And we also had celebrities
Yeah.
come to our store,
Yes.
which at the time they wasn't celebrities. They were coming up like Little Bootsy, Hurricane Chris.
Baby,
we had them come.
Baby, the one who made that
Yeah,
song.
we had them come to our store and advertise because they were in town doing concerts.
Yes, and
So
we
they were
promoted them.
doing stop bys at our store. So
And we would give them outfits to wear on the stage, and they would shout our stores out. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
did a lot of
Very
promotion
smart.
that way also.
yes,
So let's give everyone the website again so they can go ahead and buy up your merchandise.
it is shadowfashionsclothing.com.
Okay, is there anything else you want to tell the people that's listening?
It's just awesome to be able to express how we feel and how things are going. And with COVID, when COVID first shut all the businesses down, March 2020, let me get this story out real quick because it was fabulous. This is something that you didn't know, that when you know that you own your own business, owning a business means that this is how you live, this is how you eat, this is how you take care of yourself, because owning a business means you don't have no other source of income. So March 2020, the income was down, and when our income went down, when the COVID shut down the whole United States for retail, only essential businesses was open. Well, we started selling clothes. We went back to when we first got started. We turned our living room and our house back into a clothing store.
Why not?
And we had merchandise shipped to our home. And I would bring clothes out to the customers with gloves and my mask on, and they would order through Facebook, social media, Instagram.
Yes.
We was doing posts on there, and we was able to survive through COVID the whole time. We never stopped making money. We had income the whole time. People would pull up in our driveway. Our neighbors was looking like, what's going on? We like, oh, we didn't know y'all sold clothes. Well, hey, neighbors started buying from us too.
Oh, wow.
So this
Y'all
is
are
a
blessed.
true story.
Seriously, you guys are blessed to have
It's
people.
about loving what
Yep.
you love doing and doing what you love doing.
And people feel that too.
Yes.
right,
Yep.
and treating people right.
Yep.
That's the key to it. Out of all the years we've been in business, we try to treat everybody right.
Yes.
Yes.
Period. I love it.
Great way to wrap that up. Once again, this is Off the Dome podcast, and that was Chiquita and Kenny. Please support their business, and
Thank you.
thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
are awesome, so professional and beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, and I'm Tedra.
Yes, she is beautiful, Tedra, at that. Thank you.
Thank you.